What's up?
You're listening to Allan A. Martin Public School's first ever podcast episode.
On today's episode, we're talking beginnings and endings.
Hi listeners, I'm Miss Tricka, teacher librarian at Allan A. Martin, here with a disclaimer before we start our show. All students in today's program have received permission to participate in the show from their parents or guardians. Certain segments in our podcast deal with themes of anxiety, self-esteem, and domestic abuse. If any of these topics are a trigger for you, it's best to skip this episode. Now, on with our show.
It's June, which means millions of people around the world are officially graduating, including us grade 8s here at Allan A. Martin. This time is often considered a happy time. You see cheery faces and cliche happiness. But how are we, soon-to-be graduates, really feeling? Do we even care? What do we even hope for the future? Here are Allan A. grade 8 students sharing their side of it all.
So, graduation.
I'm kind of scared for graduation, but I'm also kind of happy. I'm happy because I'm going to a new school and it's a fresh start, and I've been waiting for high school for so long. And I'm also kind of sad because I'm leaving a lot of my friends and they're going to different schools and I'm not sure when I'm going to get to see them again. So it's kind of sad.
About graduation, I'm feeling a lot of mixed emotions. Mostly sad because I'm not going to be seeing my friends in high school because I'm going to a different high school. And also I'm feeling pretty excited because I get to dress up for grad and get my diploma, which I'm very excited about. And yeah.
It's a new beginning for my high school and that, and it will be nice to meet new people.
Oh, it's scary. I am not prepared whatsoever. I'm going to a nice school. My parents went there. My parents' brothers and sisters went there. So it's a very big thing. I'm hoping I don't have a reputation there because they said that if I do, I am not going to be the best student because they were terrible. Just thinking about it kind of makes me freak out. You know, because it's farther away than here. Like, I can walk here, but if I'm going over there, I'm going to probably have to take my bike. And also, it gives you a lot more freedom once you're graduating.
For graduation, I'm a bit kind of hyped in a way, but then I'm really freaked out because I always just realized last minute that I'm going into high school next year, and I'm kind of happy about it because middle school was just a year, a couple of years of just you could do anything you want and just be babied by teachers. But then in high school, you're just gonna have to realize that you need to grow more of a person and responsibility in high school. And for graduation, I'm probably gonna have fun, I know that, but I'm really scared for graduation.
So I'm excited to graduate because when I'm older, I want to be an NBA All-Star and play for the Toronto Raptors, my hometown. I hope one day I can play with Kawhi Leonard and the whole Raptors team. I think that would be really nice. So I'm pretty actually excited, to graduate from middle school. My grades are pretty good, hopefully. I can't wait till I'm older, I be able to drive, hang with my friends, get my own place when I'm much older, in uni and stuff. But always think that you have to remember of is family. Family is number one. And number two is obviously the girls, the fame, and the glory.
So I'm feeling really nervous about graduation, about the old stuff and old stress that we need to go through. It's I'm gonna leave middle school soon, so I'm not ready for it.
Graduation is something that I'm really excited about, and I'm nervous at the same time. I'm excited because I know that I'm gonna be going to a new high school, and then I'm gonna be I'm not gonna be a kid anymore. And my mom's gonna let me go to malls and everything alone, and I'm gonna be an independent person. I know I'm not gonna be an adult, but I'm still gonna be an independent high school person, right?
I'm nervous but excited about it because I don't feel fully prepared for high school because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of troubles, but I'm excited about going.
I think graduation's kind of stupid because we're just going to another place, another school, and you just eventually get used to it, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem uh important right now.
Do you have your outfit ready?
I have my dress. I still don't have my hairstyle or my shoes.
Not yet. Not yet. My dad and I, we want to like go to this shop. I don't know where we're gonna go, but he wants us to go and pick a outfit out for me. I'm not sure what I want to wear yet.
What are your fears for high school?
My biggest fear for the future is not getting my dream job or the job I've been studying for like a big part of my life.
My biggest fears is like trying to get through high school itself, and just trying to work my way through society.
To not get good grades because I really want to have that in order because I want to have good grades to get into a good university. I also really want to make some really good friends.
My biggest fears are that I'm gonna be like failing it and that I'm gonna be like not good and that I'm not gonna success as I'm thinking. But let's hope that doesn't happen.
I'm excited about the fact that I'm gonna get a new dress. I'm gonna get my hair done. I'm gonna get like new shoes. I'm gonna get ready for graduation. I'm gonna go for a grad dinner. I'm gonna go for like do a lot of stuff with my friends after once graduation dance is done. I'm like really excited for graduation day. That's the thing that I'm excited about right now. And the thing that I'm nervous about is that I know I'm gonna go to high school, and I know there's gonna be like a lot of people, and I know even if I try, I'm not gonna be able to keep up, and then I'm gonna be talked about, and I'm really scared of that.
My fears for graduating is I'm scared to go into the actual world of high school because one, it's going to be my first year in high school. And since I'm new here at Allan A, I'm scared to go to Cawthra because my brother never went there. My brother went to a school in Brampton, and I'm scared to go to a school that I've never heard of before. But honestly, hearing that a lot of my friends are going to be going there, I think I'll have a good time. But again, like I need to grow responsibility and figure out and know that I'm actually going into a school that I need to do well in.
What are you looking forward to in high school?
I'm looking forward to learning different and new types of subjects that I didn't get to study in middle school.
Meeting new friends, having lots to learn, looking forward to in the future.
Friends, of course. And a lot of the activities that happen, like clubs and extracurricular activities.
Honestly, just to do really well and like get good grades and like just graduate and get my diploma and stuff.
The new students and new challenges I'm gonna face, and part of growing up, even though I think it's not gonna be as like high school teen movie as a lot of people make it out to be, but I think I'm still gonna have a good time. I'm nervous about being around so many people at the same time, and then once I'm getting older, so I notice that I won't have as many privileges that I have, even though there are some things that you can only get when you're older. There's also a lot of things that come to you when you're younger, and I'm worried about not having those and struggling with losing them.
If you could tell your grade 6 self some advice, what would you say?
The advice that I would give to my grade 6 self is to be more open to the people that I hang out with and the people in my class so I can make more friends.
Honestly, I think just to be more social, and not to be afraid of what other people think, and to just get your words and ideas out to the open.
Just take it easy. Don't rush yourself. Don't be stressed out. I know it's a little tough on the way, but you know, you'll get through it.
To stop caring about what other people think, and also to like work hard and not think it doesn't matter, because I think when I was in grade 6 I thought that schoolwork didn't really matter because I was so young, but it does, and it all leads up to getting good marks and having a good future. And it doesn't matter if I'm 12 or 18, it's like it all leads up to my future and how important it is. Growing up in this time, in this world, as a girl in like in the public is going to have like troubles facing the whole freedom rights and stuff like that, because I think at some point it's going to get to a point where they're going to try to take away more than just some of our rights. They're going to try and do more, or it's just going to be kind of an unfair world right now, and I think that it's not going to stop unless people do something, and people aren't really doing as much as we could be doing. And I think if there were more people who did more, then we could have a better agreement in society. Thank you.
Three, two, one. Kawhi Leonard got the game-winning shot. The Raptors are making history. This is the first time in Raptors history that they are going to the NBA Finals. Sports links us all together. They help us relate to one another and our experiences. But what if the link that ties us together is also a part of our trauma? A student from Allan A. Martin brings you his experiences.
I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. I used to be a wrestling fan. I watched every single match in my room by myself. That's until 2015, when I got seriously into basketball, and I also stopped seeing my dad. Me and my dad have a complicated relationship. We've had good times, but most of the time we've had bad times. One time, I rode my bike down to his old house. I tried really hard to remember the good times, anything good, anything positive about my dad, but all I remember was the bruises. All I remember are the bad times. It's funny though. One of the best memories after all the sadness I've experienced involves my dad. Back in 2015, when I was 9 years old, I remember sitting on my dad's shoulders in Jurassic Park in Toronto. It was incredible. They were handing out free Raptors tickets to Game 5. And I won the tickets because I was sitting on my dad's shoulders and cheering the loudest. My dad is 6'4", but technically I was the tallest person there. There were 2 tickets to Game 5, and they pointed me out by saying, "You, the one on your dad's shoulders." We went up to the stage and we received the tickets and a free picture with the Raptors mascot. It was the coolest moment of my life. I remember calling my mom right then and there, saying, "We're going to Game 5. We went back home that night. After the Raptors had won, I was flying. Best moment of my life so far, and all I could think about is how I'd rather take my mom to Game 5 rather than my dad. Endings are a funny thing. We didn't end up going to Game 5 because the Raptors had lost in Game 4. At that moment, I feel like anything positive my dad and I had shared also ended. Basketball means a lot to me. It helped me get through a time when I was dealing with abuse. It helped me get through a time when I felt like I was threatened. It gave me hope. It gave me motivation to put my all into what I loved, come out on top as stronger. The following year, we went to the Eastern Conference Finals with my mom. We had the best time. My mom always knows how to make me happy. That was the best year the Raptors had ever had. It was also one of the best years I had. Now what's happening now with the Raptors being in the finals in 2019, it's something I've been waiting for years. Everything bad I dealt with sort of feels like it's fallen away. I'm a new person. I feel like a new person, and I'm graduating soon. I have a lot of goals for the future, and knock on wood, even if the Raptors don't win, I'll be really happy that they even made it this far. They didn't give up. They played hard. They came out on top, just like I will.
There's a new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada. We, the North, are now we, the champions. The Raptors, the 2019 NBA champs.
The media represents kids in band a certain way. Band nerds, as they'll call them, are portrayed as awkward and weird. A student at AAM brings you her experiences being in band.
Kids at school think that the band is filled with a bunch of tryhards. And that's kinda true. But there's more to us than you might think. I'll admit, at the beginning, I only thought band was a cheap tactic used by kids failing music class to up their grade. And it was, at least for me, for 2 years. It was where I didn't want to go, where I didn't want to play, and it's probably one of the reasons I didn't want to go to music class so much. Being in band for 3 years, you see multiple kids come in and out of the program. They're the ones who are being forced by their parents, but they normally quit before their second year. They're the ones who joined and puttered out throughout the years, and they normally quit before their third year. Finally, there are the tryhards, the band nerds, the ones who are somehow able to get out of bed at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday morning. Now, these kids have various reasons for being in band, many of which are pretty hilarious stories. My personal reason? My sister would kill me if she missed out on her Thursday morning Tim Hortons. Our band has never really had conflicting personality types, as many of them have been filtered out by the iron fist of realizing they didn't care about their music grades. We had the kids who had been doing it since grade 6 and were just used to it, so they stuck to the routine. The kids who had just joined because of the new band teacher, the kids who quit because of the new band teacher, and the grade 7s who were so great they got fast-tracked to senior band. Talk about a downgrade for them. So, now our band was pretty small at the time, no doubt about that, but for what we lacked in size, we made up for in personality. Most of us had been in the program so long, we were used to the stupid things that happened at band. It was like second nature. Instrument broke? Play it broken. Don't worry, it won't sound any worse. Forgot your music? Share with a buddy. Every instrument section has at least 2 people. No buddy? Improv it. No one will hear you anyway. Can't hit a note? Play an octave lower or higher. There was no problem that couldn't be solved by last-minute panic by our band. Overall, band is a good experience I'd recommend to anyone who has hours of free time to kill. You'll probably need over 2 weeks, split up around the year, for practicing your pieces and notes. Or you can do what most kids do, and either do some nefarious things, or just don't do the homework, not like anyone checks, or remembers to collect it. That's on you, apparently. Anyway, I'd highly suggest joining band for the extra credit and getting dragged into it for your entire middle school career. Good luck, future band children. May you continue my band's legacy of failing every concert and getting 3rd out of 2 bands. Thank you for listening, and may your band teacher be merciful.
Alongside school, many of us start the new year by joining extracurriculars outside school. Next, a student at AAM brings you his experiences starting with the Air Cadets and shares some gory details.
People talk about the first day of school being stressful, but they don't know stress. So I'm an Air Cadet, and being a cadet, we don't just suffer at school, we also suffer at camps like FTX, which stands for Field Training Exercise. And people at FTX are kind of weird. For example, there was a person who did experiments on crickets and was the reason for the near extinction of said crickets in the area. The way it started was when someone put a cricket in a can of shoe polish and then left the cricket overnight. When he opened the shoe polish, the cricket couldn't jump anymore, so it just stood there. After that, other people were inspired by him and also started their own cricket experiments. Like one person put 2 crickets in a box with no food or water, and the crickets ended up eating each other. And another person cut off the wings of a cricket and tied it to a paper boat and sunk the paper boat. Obviously, don't be cruel to animals. That's common sense. It is wrong. But what makes people do these things? Is it the high-stress environment? Is it the fear for your life? Is it the need for control in a situation you don't have much in? Or is it the smell of shoe polish? Beginnings are tough. Change is tough. It makes people do crazy things. Another story I have is when my camp had a flight competition. What you need to do is make a plane that can go the farthest distance, left and right, and then after that you'll have a relay race. My group didn't have a plane, so we started with negative points because of this. So we could still be in the competition, my group took a stick and taped it to a paper plane. And whenever we needed to fly the plane, we would just throw it like a normal stick. So after all that, we got 3rd place because we got the farthest distance and did pretty well in everything. Point is, along with some people who needed to reevaluate their life, you'll find some super amazing and very smart people in cadets. There are far too many experiences that I want to tell you about, but I can't. I definitely recommend joining. Just don't kill any crickets.
A big part of graduating is coming to terms with your friendships. Will my friendships last? Will they not? A student at AAM brings you her fears regarding her future.
Graduation is the beginning and ending for most people. The first thing I think about is friendships. I'll lose friends going into a new school, but gain some friends at the same time. It all started in 1st grade. In 1st grade, I was the new kid. I remember that some girls made a club. I forget what it was called, but let's say it was the girls' club. Our grade only. I joined, but I never felt included. I wasn't close with anyone. I hung out with them, but they were more popular. What am I doing wrong? I was constantly rejoining and getting out of the girls' club. These friendships were fake. I needed a fresh start. So I went here, to Allan A. Martin. Some people from my old school came here too. I thought we would be best friends. Nope, we were put into different classes. I was alone again. Then I met a girl. Let's call her Allie. She was so nice. She was the opposite of me, her nose always in a book, while I was into musical theater. But we got along. But remember the girls from my old school? One of them now is a part of what I'll call the IT squad. I was never a part of any squad. I just had 1 or 2 great friends. Part of me still wants a squad, though. Now I'm graduating. Am I insane thinking a grade 9 could be popular? I don't want to become that mean popular girl. Will I? Will I have a squad? All I know is things are about to change, including my friendships. Friendships come and go. You will come together and drift apart. So is life. It's sad, believe me, I know. But don't worry, one day you will find that friend. It doesn't need to be a squad. It probably won't happen in a week, a month, or a year. Just be patient, and the best of friends will come to you.
That's all for our podcast. Thank you for listening. We'll be back in late September for another Allan A. Martin produced podcast. Have a great summer!